Hello, beautiful souls. How are you doing with your practice of presence, especially the one that we did in nature? How is that going for you? Are you having difficulties? It's not the easiest, but practice makes perfect. There's no doubt about that. One of the things that I wanted to discuss today that goes hand in hand with the practice of presence is stillness. Stillness comes out of silence, and silence is recognized by an aspect of awareness within us. That awareness is our consciousness. How important is stillness within our practice of presence? Incredibly important. Silence is something that is largely lost on humanity. One, because we are so greatly distracted by the things that happen within our lives on a day-to-day basis. And also, when there is silence, we end up distracting ourselves because our minds then become too busy, something that a lot of us don't want to be inundated with. So we inundate ourselves with white noise, whether that be the TV or music, anything that we can do to really distract ourselves. The French philosopher Blaise Pascal was quoted as saying that the majority of human miseries stem from the inability to be able to sit in a room silently. And that is really true. We really do whatever it is that we can to largely distract ourselves from silence. We don't like it. And if it's not bad enough, we've also been taught by society that silence is not something that's necessary for us to cultivate. But it really truly is if you are looking to become a more conscious human being. Something I want to share with you are these Tibetan bells. I'm sure many of you have probably seen them before. They are a great tool to use and have when you're practicing presence, whether that just be sitting silently in a room or even out in nature. You can even do it before so that you can start to understand what that silence or that stillness is intended to feel like. So one of the ways that you can use them is by clanging them together and focusing in on the noise that you hear. This is really important. Not so hyper focused that that's all you're paying attention to, because what it is that you are looking for is what comes after the noise, which is the silence. Humans are distracted by noise. That's all they pay attention to. They pay attention to it so much that they fail to hear those pockets and moments of silence that come periodically after the noise. All noise is born from silence, and when it's finished, it goes back into silence. But we never pay attention to the silence that follows the noise. This is an amazing tool to help you do that. So if you are in a meditative state, what you're going to do is obviously sit silently, and then we're going to clang them together so that you can hear the noise. Once that noise disappears, I want you to focus on the silence. That's what you're looking for, is the silence. You follow the noise until you can't hear the noise anymore. It's no longer audible to your ears. And then you focus in on that silence. Doing that over time helps you to really be more aware of when those moments of silence come within your practice of presence. You're no longer distracted by the mind, nor are you distracted by the noises that you hear outside. And in fact, you can actually use the noises on the outside to really hone in so that you can then pick up and hear those moments of silence that add and help to your practice of presence. One of the greatest scriptures in the Bible, and yes, there are some incredibly truthful and great scriptures, and this is one of them, is in Psalms 46:10. That scripture says, "Be still and know that I am God. The reason why that scripture is so great is because they are all synonyms. They all mean exactly the same thing. Be means being, being present. Still means stillness, cultivating that silence, pocket of silence. Know is not knowing with the conceptual thinking mind, but knowing with an awareness of consciousness that only can come through being still. I am is the question that we should all be asking or saying to ourselves, not question, should all be saying to ourselves, I am, the deeper essence of who it is we are. Again, not what comes from the conceptual thinking mind. I am God. God being the one true source of consciousness. Your practice of presence is here to awaken you to that one true source of consciousness outside of you and also within you. First, it comes from within. It's a recognition of awakening inside. Once that happens, now you recognize the consciousness on the outside, whether that consciousness comes in the form of nature, an animal, or another human being. It is an awareness that connects us once again to this one true source of consciousness that not only resides within us, but resides within absolutely everything outside of us as well, too. And this is part of the practice. Stillness goes hand in hand. It's like a trifecta: presence, stillness, awareness. The three together create consciousness. So later this week, I am releasing another meditation. This one will be on stillness, how you can cultivate stillness or become more aware of stillness within your life. Another practice that goes hand in hand with the presence. So keep a look out for that. It will come out later this week. And as always, keep up your practice of presence on a day-to-day basis, even if it is just for a short amount of time. You're flexing that muscle. You're starting to use it again. You're becoming more aware of something that for many, many years you've been unaware of, and it does take time. So continue your practice as always. And once again, much love and light.